Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all of the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. Today we'll be talking about the rains and home damages and the fact that the CEO of Emaar has responded to home damages amid the heavy rains that we're all experiencing.
And we'll also be talking about the UAE Golden Visa holders can now obtain driver's license without taking actual classes.
We're talking about the incredible good deed, how MBZ has provided a life-saving treatment for a 3-year-old Afghani boy.
As well as UAE campers faced horrific weather conditions on New Year's Eve. But before we get into that, Happy New Year's, Casey.
Thank you very much. And I think we have to say it's the second or third time we've said Happy New Year's today, because we are in a new studio and we are experiencing technical difficulties. So if we cut out again, please bear with us. Look, we're only here for 2 weeks. We're trying our best.
I mean, honestly, I think all of Dubai is trying their best right now with so many changes. The weekend change, the work week change, 4.5 weeks, students, COVID. I think everyone is just thrown into a hurdle and people just have to wing their way.
We're winging it. This is like the definition of winging, because we're 2 weeks before we go to our brand new studios, which I cannot wait to show you guys. We're leveling up. But in the interim period, we're in 5 studio, which is amazing, by the way. This is probably much more slick than we're ever used to. So we are catching up with the slick.
And right now, I mean, honestly, I think the people watching us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, they can't really see the green screen. You can see really cool Dubai visuals behind us.
Yeah. Question about green screens. Can we make that anything we want? Ali, can we? That worries me.
Why?
Because we need to be so nice to the guys. Before, we had incredible JLT behind us and it looked cool, but it was real. Now we're going to have these fake views, and I just feel like, you know, they could, what if they put loads of little Simran's heads behind me or something? Or
so what's wrong with that?
No, that would be really nice. What if they put Chai's face? You know Chai, who's, our graphic designer, he's going to be in there popping his face all over it.
Why not? Honestly, why not? But, we can have a Hogwarts background. Speaking of which, have you seen the reunion?
No. I need to though, don't I?
It's okay. It's not worth the hype. It's really not. It just makes you feel even worse.
Quick summary and purpose of why they made the reunion.
I think 20 years. It's been 20 years since the last movie came out, and it was a 20-year reunion. All of them were just sharing a lot of anecdotes that they haven't ever shared with the public before, especially Emma Watson and her love for...
I've seen that everywhere,
Yeah, that was a big one. That was a big takeaway from the reunion. Other than that, it wasn't much.
I get it. It feeds into the nostalgia. We grew up with these. For example, there was obviously the Friends reunion, and the Harry Potter, something we all grew up with. We read religiously for so many years. So I like the idea that they do it. Speaking of birthdays, by the way, it's also happy birthday to the Burj Khalifa. 12 years old today. Looking stunning, by the way. 12 years young.
We should have had
She's not aging.
She is not aging.
She's looking fabulous.
Oh, every year it just gets better and better.
I really do think she's my favorite building. And she's also a female because she's a boss lady.
Oh, love that.
Speaking of bosses, let's move on to our top story today. We're talking about the rain, we're talking about home damages, and the fact that the CEO of Emaar has responded to home damages amid the heavy rain. So firstly, we need to point out that this is not just an Emaar issue at all. In fact, most of the severe complaints about flooding that we've seen are coming from other housing communities. However, it's the CEO of Emaar who stood up, and he has issued a response to tenants who are seeking help over their units. So he tweeted out yesterday, he said, "Dear valued Emaar tenants, our community management team is working 24/7 to assist you. I'm personally overseeing their progress, and we assure you all units will be covered." So this basically means, with the leaks that are happening, a lot of villas are seeing leaks into their homes. We have videos beside us on Facebook. You might have wet floors, you might have water coming through the roof. And what the CEO of Emaar is saying is he's understanding that it's taking time, but he's going to ensure that your homes are covered, i.e., I assume, paid for.
Taken care of, yeah.
Taken care of, which is sound. This follows yesterday's story where we reported homes in residential communities are struggling under the barrage of rain.
Now, we shared the post on Instagram and the response was mixed. Many people, particularly in apartments, while some in villa communities are feeling the stress of 3 days of leaking, and maintenance teams are struggling to meet the demand to help the people. Now, one Instagram user said the unit is not waterproof and all the drainage is blocked. We don't know as well as, I mean, it's going to rain heavily, thunderstorms. We're not prepared. Our unit is like a swimming pool as well. It's our welcoming 2022. And that's just horrible to hear that people had to welcome in their 2022 with so much just hassle.
It's been, in some cases, like this is your home, and I think if you're not experiencing it, it's sometimes hard to empathize, but people have no power for 3 days. I saw a photo of one living room and they just had candles all over it for 3 days, and the issue is these maintenance teams are just really struggling under the volume of people that need help. And it's in communities in certain areas experience more rainfall than others. On New Year's Day, by the way, on the beginning of New Year's Day, we had as much rainfall as we would get in a year. It was a lot of rain, and it's still going on outside, partly due to cloud seeding, part of it's natural. There are tips to avoid flooding, which I think is difficult to hear when already your house is flooded, right?
I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, but still these tips will come in use down the drain. They
will come loose. So you can prepare your home in advance by getting quarterly maintenance checks, but also things at the moment, like you mentioned, sandbags. You can put towels at your door. It's all, we shared them on Lovin Dubai yesterday. But just seeing, I think the comments coming from people are kind of the most heart-wrenching. They're going, let's say, for example, unfortunately, I had a water leak from the ceiling over 3 nights in a row. I live in a nice estate. I'm paying a lot of money for my rent. It's so frustrating. It has nothing to do with the area that you're in. It's just the house that she's in. So yeah, a real frustrating thing. But that's why the CEO of Emaar is saying that he's working on it, overseeing it personally, to make sure that the tenants know that they're valued. Like it might still be another day before you get it, but at least you know. All you want in these situations is a response, to be honest.
Very true, very true. Like an assurance, a response of some kind, an ETA on what's happening. But it's amazing for the Emaar CEO to even come out and assure the tenants of such. But it's not, like you said, it's not just the Emaar community, it's other communities as well. And I think the worst, people who stay in villas really experience the worst end of the stick. The short end of the stick when it rains or when there's a rainstorm in Dubai compared to residential apartments. But of course, some also in residential apartments face the very same.
Well, more on that. Basically, the main issue is that people are waiting for the maintenance teams to come, and they say it's going to take a day, and then the day ends and the complaint is cancelled and no team comes. And so now we're just hoping that the rain ends. I think we're done with it. We've had enough for 2022.
Maybe a few drizzles.
No, we're done with the rains.
A few drizzles.
You know, it hasn't actually rained since 2020.
Yeah.
So it's like a full year without rain, and then on 2022, hello. No.
There are so many people who are traveling right now. They're like, 1 year full of no rain, and as soon as we travel, it downpours, and it's just like, what? But
Simran loves it. I don't.
I like it. Yeah, it's nice. I mean,
I'm cold thinking about it. Like, I could hear the AC. Someone was like, "Is that rain?" I was like, I could hear the AC, and I'm chilly just thinking about it.
I mean, yeah, you come from Ireland, Casey. You get a lot of rain there. We've stayed here all our lives.
That's why I'm here.
Moving on to our next story, UAE Golden Visa holders can now obtain a driver's license without taking classes. Now, Dubai's Roads and Transport Authority, RTA, have officially announced that UAE Golden residency holders no longer need to take driving lessons to obtain a Dubai-issued driver's license. Now, the only catch is that you will need to present your previous driving license approved in your country and have a new one issued from RTA at the driving institutes after passing the knowledge and road tests without needing any training whatsoever. So that means no parking tests, no highway tests, and all that jazz, I know, which you're going through right now. So for you, it would have been like huge.
It's a long journey, these driving tests in Dubai. However, but I don't have a golden visa, 1, and 2, I don't have a driving license for my home country. So this would be a massive kick in the teeth if I did, because I'd be like, oh, that would make it easier. But having none of that behind me, I still need to do it. Individual customers, citizens, and residents in Dubai who are above the legal age, are medically fit, and hold the UAE Golden Visa are eligible to apply for the service. For more details on the documents needed to apply, just head down to the RTA website or call 800 90 90. You need a golden visa.
Yes, or a previous driving license. That also helps, by the way. If you have an international driving license, to get it converted, there are a few steps, but it's not as lengthy as in this situation if you didn't have a license at all?
So this is my thing. So I don't have a driving license from a previous country. Therefore, I am doing the full shebang. I have to do 40 hours on the road.
You mean jing bang?
I'm pretty sure it's shebang. If you watched the show recently, I think it's jing. She thinks it's jing bang. I'm doing the whole hog, the full shebang. It's 5 tests, which include tests in my driving school. It was the theory test, then my Galadari 2 tests, and then 2 tests of the RTA. 5 total, and 40 hours lessons. But I think if you already have a driving license in another country, that's already shortened considerably.
Yes, I think a lot of the lessons are cut out. Not the theory, just like where you have the presentations.
I think sometimes they actually even check your driving skills, and then they'll need to confirm that you are above board and fine, and then they make a call depending on the school that you're in. But if you have further information on that, let us know.
Right, yes.
Right, yes, please. Let's move on to our next story, an incredible good deed. And we love seeing these stories from rulers when they just step in and change lives. MBZ has provided a life-saving treatment for a 3-year-old Afghani boy. So His Highness arranged the life-saving cancer treatment of a 3-year-old boy, Mohammed Amir Dawood, who is currently staying at Abu Dhabi's Emirates Humanitarian City, which, as we know, is the temporary home for thousands of refugees who fled Afghanistan after the Taliban took control. And he was in need of urgent care. So thousands of Afghanis are now currently residing in Emirates Humanitarian City, and this 3-year-old boy was in need of urgent care. So what happened was a team visited Mohammed and his family to review his medical condition before he was transferred to the States, where he will now receive the best care.
Now, massive praise to His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces. This boy's family has been through hardships we can't imagine. So stepping in to sort this will really care and provide some relief, which we are so happy to hear. And it's an amazing, such amazing example of good leadership.
100%.
They always just never fail to impress.
True, and if you see the video shared beside us, so a whole team is kind of, not only did they visit Mohammed's family, but they also went and kind of spoke to a lot of people staying in the Emirates Humanitarian City to see how they're doing, to learn of their struggles, and what His Highness said was the UAE was sparing no effort in fulfilling its humanitarian mission, making sure that these people who've been through unknown struggles during their time in the UAE, which is temporary, that they will be well provided for, which I just think is just amazing. And it's amazing for that to come from the top.
Very true. It just really sets the standards for leaders everywhere to follow. And not just that, but I mean, to see that, okay, the UAE has taken all these refugees under its wings, and not just for the sake of it, not just for like, the media, but they're actually going ahead, and if someone is in pain, someone is looking for some relief, and it was offered that too, like you said, right from the top.
Yeah, and this family in particular is going through kind of worse, something horrible that we can't even imagine, and for that relief to be taken off their shoulders, the burden of the price tag basically, which is very heavy, is amazing. Amazing
news. And we'll move on to our next story. UAE campers faced horrifying weather conditions on New Year's Eve. Now, nothing sucks more than having your camping plans spoiled by horrendous weather conditions. And while city dwellers were mesmerized by the UAE's generous downpour, this weekend campers felt otherwise. Now, as a result of air depression and cloud seeding, the country has been facing unstable weather conditions since December 31st of last year, 2021. And with coastal as well as valleys and desert terrains experiencing the full force of the storm.
So residents who set out for a wholesome recreation getaway with their friends and family were bombarded with horrifying weather conditions on New Year's Eve, and the visuals right beside us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, get on it, will have you weak. Residents who set out to Abu Dhabi's Al Watba Desert and Dolphin Island were left battered by torrential rains that night.
Now, campers shared accounts of cars being swept away as a result of valley floods. Others had their tents destroyed due to violent winds, rain, and thunder, and some were stuck in their vehicles soaking wet from the pounding rainstorm. Now, I had a few friends who went camping, and they went all the way out to Fujairah, and they said, so there were 3 cars, 2 of them were washed away in flash floods. So the cars were completely wrecked. A lot of water got in, a lot of damages to the car. They managed to get a hold of the car eventually, but it was just wrecked. So that is so sad to know so many people rang in the New Year's with such, bad rain stories, experiences.
That is horrifying. But can I tell you, we shared this on Instagram yesterday, and people have not been kind
to these people. I mean, yeah, we gave the weather warning a week in advance.
So this is the thing. So the video that we showed on Instagram yesterday, like it's horrifying. The guy is in his tent holding it up with his legs, right? And the camera's beside him, and the tent is it's leaking and all their stuff is wrecked. However, some people are saying, terrifying situation, and then everyone else said, we never have rain warnings. We never to this extent. There was warnings on every outlet that the weather's not going to be good. So choosing to go camping may not have been the smartest decision.
Very true. Very true. But you know what? From what I know of my friends, like, they didn't think it would get this bad.
That's true. Why camp when the forecast is telling for the past week that there's thunderstorms coming?
Yeah. To be very honest, the weather forecast predicted rain, partly cloudy weather, and just like drizzles, not a full-on thunderstorm as we got on New Year's Eve in many parts of the city, of the country, sorry. But
and it's been a year. This is my thing. So it definitely said, it said rain for like around, it looked like it was going to rain on New Year's Day and then be fine on New Year's Eve. But the fact that we haven't had rain in a year, and then you're like, it's New Year's Eve, it's not going to rain. But it did.
And the fact that so many, like, come on, Burj Khalifa went ahead with the fireworks, Russell Kema went ahead with the fireworks. It's like, if the country's going ahead with these plans, it's not going to be as bad.
Exactly, that's a good point. And records were broken. Someone just goes, noobs, no idea how the weather works.
Oh my God.
But it's so easy to be behind your phone when it's not you. I mean, like, ha ha ha, but you didn't get this. This is a memorable experience. And thankfully, no one was hurt. They shared the video and they said that everyone was safe. But, like, dramatic experience.
Dramatic. But it makes for a very good story down the lane.
Sorry. The last comment I'll read. Nobody, not a single soul. Dubai people, it's rainy season, a higher chance of storms. Let's go out and camp. The internet's never kind, but that's what happens. Share footage, share content, and you'll get a response.
But honestly, like, someone trolling footage like that, it's just sad. I mean, come on, they're going through, like, that was a horrible.
My bad for laughing, but they damn well knew it would rain. They probably didn't. They all knew it would rain. That's why they call it summer camping. To be honest, the weather itself was, from the alert I checked, was raining in the morning, not raining in the evening.
Exactly. Anyway.
But the internet is the internet. That's why we love it. Guys, that is it for us from our interim studio. We need to give the studio a name.
The In5 studio?
Greenie Beanie?
Greenie Beanie, but it's not Greenie Beanie for YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Right, it's only for Instagram.
We'll get back to you on that. Guys, that is it for us on the Lovin Dubai show. We're back with you every single weekday morning, same time, same place. Stay safe and wash your hands. Bye-bye.
Bye.